Greetings, Patriots. Welcome to the Pushback Channel. Not sure where to start today because what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about what the mainstream media is not doing and a little bit about what they are doing. I have a lot of friends that are liberals. I have friends that are conservatives. I'm a Trump supporter, not because I'm a Republican. I'm not. And not because I'm a Democrat. I'm not. And not because I'm a libertarian. I'm not, but that's the closest party to what my philosophy is. I'm a Trump supporter because I am a nationalist. That does not mean I believe in isolationism. I don't. It means I believe in putting America's interests ahead of foreign countries. It means I believe in putting America and Americans and our sovereignty ahead of all other nations. This is my nation. This is my country. I'm not just proud of America because I was born here. I happen to know from traveling the world and being in the military that this is the greatest nation in the world. If you're a woman, you're going to have more rights in America and more freedom and liberty in America than in any other country in the world, period. If you're a minority, you're going to have more rights, more privileges, more opportunities in America than any other country in the world, period. The mere fact that we have Linda Sarsour, a Palestinian female, wearing a hijab, trying to represent women's rights, is insanity in itself. But I'll let you all figure that out on your own. What I want to try to talk to you a little bit about today, and I'll try to keep it brief, is that there's a lot of legal action being taken against the prior administration and that cabal of crooks that mainstream media is completely ignoring. And therefore, most people in America who, for whatever reason, get their pablum from mainstream media believes that the previous administration was somehow holier than thou. They go, oh look, Trump is under investigation for Russia. Yeah, it's been almost 2 years of these accusations. Over a year since Podesta put out in the emails that this is what they were going to do. This is what they've been doing. The mainstream media jumped on it with both feet. Everybody in the Democratic Party jumped on it with both feet. Russian collusion. Well, there must be a reason Hillary lost. She lost because she sucks. She's awful. She's terrible. She's crooked. She lies. Everybody knows it, even the Democrats. The Democratic Party, by the way, has now cut her off. She's done. Her and Debbie Waserman-Shultz, they're done. Those are the sacrificial lambs. They hope the slaughter will stop there. It will not. The American people will not permit this double standard any longer. But what I want to do is I want to bring to your attention some of the lawsuits and corruption that's being exposed, because mainstream media will not, and your liberal friends don't know about it. They haven't heard about it on CNN, therefore it does not exist. That line of bullshit thinking is why they're still asleep. This is why they're not awake. This is why they're not nationalists. They're serving the 1% that they think they defy. They see Donald Trump, a billionaire, and they go, oh, he's the 1%. Listen, believe it or not, if you wanted to consider him the 1%er, then he's going to be a traitor to the 1%ers because he doesn't have their interests. He's not a Goldman Sachs globalist. He is a nationalist. He puts America first. I didn't believe it at first. I wasn't sure of it at first. I was hoping that was the case. Guess what? It's the case. Goldman Sachs doesn't want TPP to be done away with. Goldman Sachs doesn't want the borders to be taken down. The globalists don't want the borders to be enforced in America. They want massive migration. They want chaos. They want us to spend ourselves into bankruptcy, which is basically what we've done, considering that we spent $10 trillion in the last 8 years under the Obama administration. Hell, the guy stole $500 billion. He stole $500 billion of your tax money and put it back into one part of the government that's definitely failed, and failed faster than they even thought it would fail. Obamacare. American, oh my God. We got to wake up, people. So, some lawsuits that are going on. Down here in Florida, there's the Waserman-Shultz DNC versus Sanders et al. That's Jared Beck and Elizabeth Beck, his wife, a Harvard lawyer and a Yale lawyer, who are suing because it's obvious not only through WikiLeaks but through 100 other sources that Waserman-Shultz and Obama and Lynch and the whole cabal conspired against Bernie Sanders, who I don't like and I'm not a supporter of. so that Hillary would get the nomination. In fact, the DNC in their defense came out and said, we can pick whoever we want to. So all of you people that gave money thinking it was going to the Sanders campaign, or all of you people who were made to believe that it was somehow a fair process where Hillary and Sanders competed for the nomination, according to the DNC in this lawsuit, well, you're just wrong, because they just pick who the hell they want. They don't even need a procedure. They just pick them. So that lawsuit is going on down here. One of the guy who served the subpoena to the DNC for that, by the way, is a guy named Sean Lucas. He died, young guy, 30 years old, had 3 or 4 different kinds of drugs in his system and died. Drugs that most people would not normally mix. A lot of people say he was Arkansided or suicided. I think that's probably a fair statement. Another guy who would be a key witness in this certainly would have been a witness in this testimony would have been Seth Rich. You've heard the name Seth Rich, but Seth Rich is also dead, shot twice in the back. It stinks to high heavens. They called it a botched robbery. Yeah, it was botched. They didn't take shit. He didn't lose a dime. His wallet was there, his money was there, his phone was there, everything was there. Apparently he was on the phone to his ex-girlfriend, explaining to her that he was about to be killed. This is brand new information that's being released, supposedly the transcripts of his cell call. I don't know, but I know there's 100 reasons that whole thing sucks, and that he's the second in this lawsuit that's been suicided. I don't know where to begin. The official from Haiti that was going to testify against the Clinton Foundation about the irregularities in Haiti, he was found suicided in a motel. The guy that was looking for 33,000 emails, 80-year-old man looking for 33,000 emails that are missing from the Clinton server fiasco, he was found dead in a hotel room. There's a lawyer down here, Wisenhunt, from a very successful family. I think his mother's a doctor, his dad's a judge. He worked in Jacksonville. He's been linked to possible irregular activities in a Mayo Clinic that could or could not involve human trafficking in organs. He has been ruled that he suicided himself, killed himself, shot himself in the head, they said, but he was fully clothed. His body was out in the ocean. How did he do that? What did he do? There's only one possible way, and that was he walked out there, shot himself in the head. That looks very suspicious. He was working on visas and irregular voting practices down here in Miami-Dade County, Debbie Waserman-Shultz area. So that's one lawsuit that's going on that is looking really, really bad for the DNC and Debbie Waserman-Shultz. Debbie Waserman-Shultz also threatened a D.C. police officer, the chief, as a matter of fact, in a meeting in public on tape. It's on video. You can search YouTube for it if you want. So you have the Seth Rich murder investigation going on. You have the DNC email investigation that's been reopened into Clinton. She's been offered a plea deal. You haven't even heard about that, I'm sure. Clinton's been offered a plea deal in her mishandling of all this classified information. Now, we don't know what it is. Knowing Jeff Sessions is the little weenie he is, they probably said she can't yo-yo for 20 years. If she doesn't play yo-yo, then they'll drop all the charges. The problem with her, though, is she's got lots of other problems. The Clinton Foundation is under investigation by at least 5 districts in the United States and at least 3 foreign states. That means even if we let her go here, there are foreign countries looking at her for her criminal activity in utilizing the Clinton Foundation. This is a woman whose 20% of her campaign, which is the most expensive in the world's history, came from Saudi Arabia, but who wants to claim there was foreign government interference in the election. You're damn right there was. The Saudi Arabians, for starters. This same woman received millions of dollars from Clinton to the Clinton Foundation from people who were donating so that she would be more friendly to their desire to take over Uranium One. And these Russians who donated, these Russian businessmen, are all part of this company. Bill Clinton received $500,000 for a 20-minute speech in Russia while she was Secretary of State, prior to her approving the sale of Uranium One. Suspicious? Not if you're a Democrat, apparently. And this is the double standard that's got to stop. This is why people are pissed, okay? Because she should be in jail. John Podesta, her campaign manager, who now lobbies for the largest bank in Russia, got that job while he was her campaign manager. He also got $35 million and 75,000 shares of stock from one company and 30,000 shares of stock from another Russian company. Okay, he got 1 billion rubles, folks. 1 billion rubles. Russian money infused into his campaign, into his company. He's now working for, he openly works for him. He just disclosed last week this information. We've known it. We've been yelling about it forever. So there's another investigation that's going on that they don't appear to know about, the leftists, because CNN won't report it. Of course they won't report it. Then you have the A1 brothers. The A1 brothers are some Pakistani nationals who don't know their ass from a hole in the ground, who were hired to maintain security. That worked out real damn well, didn't it? For the Clinton campaign and her as State Department. And then they did such a great job that they ended up handling the security for about 40 different House members. They handled their IT work. They weren't competent to do so. It was two brothers, a friend, and the two brothers, two wives. Only one guy, that's Imran, had any kind of IT background, as far as anybody can tell, and he was terrible. He even had his ability to access these servers taken away from him early in 17, I think January of 17. He was denied access to any equipment. Now, an IT guy who can't get onto any equipment is pretty fucking worthless. But Debbie Waserman-Shultz kept paying him and paid him all the way up until 2 weeks ago when he was caught wiring $300,000 in cash, carrying $12,000 in cash, and trying to get on an airplane to flee the country because he knew this was coming down. This same guy owns some shady car dealings, has a lot of problems, and has now been shown to have transmitted secret information that was out there for anybody who wanted it, for CrowdStrike, for Platte River off-site servers that Clinton had, and House members granting access, and oh my God, anybody that wanted that information has gotten it, thanks to the Alwan brothers. But they made sure the right people got it. They've been caught transmitting that information to the Muslim Brotherhood, the same Muslim Brotherhood that has 6 people working in the White House around Obama, the same Muslim Brotherhood that Obama invited into the White House, the same Muslim Brotherhood that is a part of CARE, a terrorist organization, that's a part of the Muslim Brotherhood state, that is a part of several organizations, all of which are terrorist organizations that lead directly back to ISIS and Al-Qaeda and that whole same CIA-funded group of trading Islamic fundamentalist radical bastards. So this is the kind of people that we're tied into. Obama now has been tied into the Lynch tarmac investigation where Bill Clinton had Loretta Lynch fly 15,000 miles and meet with him in private. I mean, you know, the day before they determined about the prosecution of Hillary Clinton, when the FBI and Comey, that corrupt group, fell apart. You got Mueller, who brought this guy Mudd, who just called for the assassinations, just said that the deep state was going to kill Donald Trump on television. This guy was brought by Mueller into the FBI to bring his CIA buddies in there to take over the FBI with CIA operatives. They've done that. The FBI's totally screwed. CIA is totally screwed. The deep state is CIA. The CIA is the deep state. Obama is eyeball deep in all of that. Obama spied on millions of Americans. Millions of Americans. Power, this idiot that shouldn't even have access to this information, unmasked probably thousands of private civilians. They certainly unmasked Trump, the Trump campaign, everybody that worked on the Trump campaign, conservative talk show hosts. They blew the Fourth Amendment out of the water. So that's being investigated slowly but surely, allegedly. But what pisses people off is when the next day the FBI is all over this guy in Charlottesville who drives into this crowd, and that's terrorism. It's cut and dried. But yet they haven't done anything about Antifa. They haven't done anything about Black Lives Matter. They haven't done anything about Clinton and her crimes, or Obama and his assassination of the Fourth Amendment, or people like Mudd saying that Trump would be assassinated, or Madonna wanting to blow up the White House. This double standard is what has people pissed off. So if you need to tell your liberal friends about a few cases that aren't being covered, that should be covered, be sure and mention those lawsuits and more. That's enough ranting for one day. This is the Pushback Channel. Thanks for listening.